Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
Welcome your faces into yet another Thursday night Chief Talk right here on the Bob the Cigar Guy YouTube channel, coming at you live and in color to bring you the greatest Thursday night show in the world. That's right, here, Chief Talk smashing records 7 weeks in a row, hitting that 20 number. Before we even started the show, we had 23 people on, so pat yourself on the backs. I do want to say a big early welcome to the party who was here before the show was even bumping. Hunter Ott, Supremo Tobacco, Charles Adamson, my man Gary Zanstra, Fireborn, the man, the myth, the legend, Mac Bergson, Camping Cigar, the winner with the mostest, Michael Zakovic, the Z-Man, validating, keeping it real and going hard every time we are doing the show. Bob Ellis, Sean Crawley, Texas Taurus, Sammy the Barber, and Cigar Flow. Thank you, John. I'm not sure if I got you already. If I did, hello. Tim Winters, Matt Brugger. What is going on tonight with the show? Let's do it here and cut the music off for it. Loops on us. Welcome in to yet another Thursday night Talk. I'm happy to have you here on the show. Bob the Cigar Guy was not muted, so I went ahead and took care of it because Bob the Cigar Guy is here in the studio with us this evening. Bob the Cigar Guy, what are you happening to struggle with over there, buddy?
I am struggling with one of the most gorgeous boxes ever manufactured for cigars. This is Foundation's Senator. That's right. This thing is amazing and awesome, but getting into it is like getting into a pyramid. You have to work hard, but the reward is so good. Oh!
Are you smoking Senator for like some reason other than it just tastes good, or like celebrating
I have
something?
just been wanting a Senator for a while, and I only have 6 of them. I will probably never get them again, and so I'm like, oh, I won't smoke that. I'll just save it. But then I'm like, wait, if I die, Chief will get the whole box of Senators, and that is not cool.
Oh, thank you for thinking of me in such a nice, profound way. Before I jump into what I'm going to be smoking this evening, I want to know, what are you smoking? What are you drinking? I know some people have already put some comments up about what they were going to be smoking. Let's see. Charles Adamson smoking a Placencia Reserva Original. Let's see. I know some other people were talking about enjoying an Oliva Connecticut with a Dr. Pepper and later moving to a CAO Brasilia. Tim Winters, my man. Let's see. I'm always trying to blow the ash off my screen during the Chevette Report commercial, but it's just the mouse pointer in the ad.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to recreate that here soon. Michael Zakovic holding down the Facebook fort. Charles Addington is currently dealing with some leaky roofs from the wind damage, so not enjoying the rain personally, but we need it badly, so I am okay with it. Let's see. I saw somebody said Underground sounds good. Did somebody say they were smoking in Underground this evening? Oh, look at that. That's real cute. What is that? Like a $70?
This is the Calibri Slimline Guillotine.
What was that? Like $65?
And it actually goes along with the matching Calibri Slimline lighter.
What is that like?
With the hummingbird on it.
$60? $70?
Are we going to try and pull some stuff out?
Oh,
Do you really want to pull some stuff out?
I just brought out my €220
Ooh, what is that? What is that in American non-communist money?
Like $300 or something, I assume.
Well, I see your $300, and I show you my Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust beta-tested cutter.
So it's cheap.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Speaking of cigars, when I'm going to be smoking, he's actually not in here right now. He wasn't here last week because he was getting ready to get on a cruise ship, but it arrived in my mail as soon as he was away from cell phone service. Jay Bates sent me some cigars. I think he actually sent them for the both of us, but he didn't specify. So I'm going to keep these. You don't want them anyways. You know, you're over there smoking your Senators. You got
No. We're going to do the traditional.
You got 6 Senators over there. So.
I've split. You've got 6 Senators yourself.
I don't have any Senators.
You do too. You smoked all your Senators.
I don't know where they are. You probably smoked them. Now, luckily for us, he sent 2 of each. So, if that's the case, we'll just smoke the one that I didn't smoke. But Jay Bates, thank you so much for
my man Bates.
Are you having a tough time hearing me? Brian says, anybody having a tough time hearing Chief?
I do.
I'm not.
The volume's fine. It's just tough hearing him.
I'm hearing them both just fine. Restart your stream, Brian. Oh, we're sitting at 27 people. We might hit the 30 again. We did not hit it last week. 28. Oh, now it just dropped 25. I don't know. We might hit 30. We might hit 30 tonight. We'll see. We've hit 32 times this year so far for Chief Talk streams. So it'd be nice to add to the 30. We're not trying to streak it at all. We're trying to just see how many times we can hit 30 this year. And
we're trying to streak it.
We did it once with
we're trying to streak
100.
Terrence
Riley for Agnew North Leaf a couple weeks ago. We did it the week before with 30. It was the week before Terrence Riley came on. We had 30. So we had 30 back-to-back weeks. We got up to 24 last week, I believe. So we've got to 28 once tonight. So we're definitely tracking in the right direction.
So good.
As I'm toasting this cigar, or after I toast the cigar, I'm going to go back into the comments and I'm going to read some of what you guys and gals possibly have said. You're smoking this evening, so allow me to use this nice, wonderful, beautiful LED blue flat flame, soft flame lighter that I've got over here. It's beautiful, beautiful lighter.
Anyway, it's communist.
Okay.
It's euros. Euro trash.
All of Europe is communist.
Mac, you just missed the first lady. She was in here. We'll probably talk about it tonight, I would gather, even though it's a Chief Talk. We'll probably chit and chat about it because we're going to be talking about that stuff. I would bet. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that.
But the first lady was in here putting in the grind, making the getting the information. She is amazing at doing reservations and getting most bang for your buck and flights and houses and rental cars. I mean, that's her gift. I mean, she's great at it, and so she has kindly, generously surrendered those gifts to be able to help. And so she was in here doing that real quick while Chief was sitting around doing nothing.
All right,
I was sitting around doing nothing.
Let's see. Carrying Cigar. All right, man, we had a lot Had a lot of.
God, this is so good.
All right. So Bob Ellis says, it got cold here again, so nothing tonight. Yeah, we had some beautiful weather earlier
Amazing.
this week. We got up to 81 degrees at my house on Tuesday. Crazy for February. And like 3 weeks earlier, it was in the single digits.
I've driven home from work for the past 3 days with the top down on the car. It's just glorious.
But I was over at Jamie's house last night smoking, and we did have to cut the heater on.
That's
eventually.
nice, right?
To Camping Cigar. By the way, first Sober Mesa Wagashi today. Thanks, Bob. Now I have a box on the way.
Told you that thing is fire.
Tell Steve Saka.
Yeah, tell Steve Saka.
Michael Zakovic is validating a guardian of the farm. Ooh, my first ever cigar from Aganor Salif. Fireborn smoking a Sagrado La Chispa, a Dominican treat with San Andreas Habano wrapper with a Criollo 98 binder.
Not to be mistaken with the Criollo 99.
It's got a Naka Tamale. Welcome back to the show, Chat-Town. Enjoy that Naka Tamale. Bob Ellis says, you were right, Chief. The M81 pig was a lot better than the Naka Tamale. Hey, I'm glad we were on the same page there. Matt Berger is smoking an Adventura King's Gold. Swinging the
Semi Flow, is that the metal band?
We got to make sure we swing the swag every once in a while. John Jensen, welcome to the show. How are you doing this evening? Glad to have you here. Smoking a My Father Fonseca MX edition. Ooh, that Fonseca.
That's fire.
Everybody seems to be hearing us pretty well. So hopefully it is just you, Brian, and it'll get fixed here for you here in just a second. Ronald Smith, the Road Dog, smoking a Herrera Esteli Miami tonight.
Boom, boom.
Red or black? I want to know. Time to get that here and check. It's because you've been working out at the gym so hard, your muscles are starting to build right here, and you're just swelling it out in there. First Lady always busts that 30 mark. She's 100%. Yeah, well, if I was giving stuff away too, everybody and their mama will be here. Everybody and their mama now. Anyways,
Yeah,
Michael
so
Carter, welcome to the
I heard
show.
a little
How
shade in
are
there.
you doing this evening? Glad to have you here. Fireborn says, looking forward to the First Lady show.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
We'll talk about that a little bit tonight.
I don't get to win anything, even though I participate like everybody else does. I don't know how to win. Mike Carter says, hit that like button. Absolutely. And while he says that, I want to cover here United Cigar Group. Holy whoa. Has hit the love button on Facebook. And Michael Carter, Matt Berger, Ronald Smith, Christopher Powell, Charles Adams, and Mac Burks, and Sammy Flo, Michael Zakovic for hitting the like button over on Facebook. Appreciate you. And everybody who has smashed the 25 of you who are over on YouTube, I'm sure you guys are killing it over there with the like button. Please do. Camping Cigar says men equals hammer, woman equals nice. Y'all nail it, but the First Lady makes it look good.
Absolutely.
One of the metal banded ones. Take that. Cowboy Karate TV. What's up, fellas? Sick, so not smoking a dang thing. Hi, daggum, man. That sickness seems to be going around. Anthony, the winning Giannis, welcome into the show. Bob, I think you have to go to bed. He just woke up. What are you talking about? Rick Carroll coming in hot, starting off Foundation Friday a little earlier, was smoking the Olmec. Which one are you smoking? The Claro? Because that Claro, Fireborn, you already won the lottery, Chief. First Lady is your mom.
There you go. Thanks for saying that, Bob Cigar Guy's his dad, but I mean, I get it.
Rick Carroll, thanks for the love button on Facebook. Anthony Janice, thanks for the like button over on Facebook as well. Appreciate you two legends and everybody who's hit the YouTube button. I just don't get that information through my streaming service. So again, this cigar, he's still not here. I don't know if he'll show up tonight or not, is the Clásico Medio Siglo from Joya de Nicaragua. I've never had the Red Man. I've had just the regular Clásico. The Clásico actually made my list for last year, but I have not had the Medio Siglo. So this is a new cigar to me this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this is going to end up on my list, because currently the only cigar that I've smoked that's new to me this year that I can talk about is the signature the Aganor Salif signature Corojo in Toro. Sorry, that's a lot to say. Ronald Smith says he's smoking the Black Herrera Miami. That's my favorite of the two.
I know you don't keep tabs on this, but we both put out a best of 2024 list, and your list is
killing you.
far exceeding mine. I mean, now in our lists of all the videos that we've ever done, the number one video of the best list between you and I was last year with like 4,000 views, and that was mine. So it's yes, it is.
Is it 4,000?
I thought it was 4,000.
Mine's still gaining. Like it's
It is.
still
It's climbing.
going.
Yeah, it's taking. I don't know.
I
Mine.
think-
Mine hit a funky analytic
I
last
think
year.
mine
Yours
just
is
hit an
doing it this year.
algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine hit an algorithm. Because last year my video I think maybe got 500 views, maybe.
Well, you came out so late.
It did come out late. I think though my videos just hit an algorithm in the right way. Maybe it's the thumbnail. Maybe
There's Jay Bates.
It's suggested. Jay Bates, welcome in. I'm smoking a cigar that you sent me, the Classico Medio Sigla. Welcome into the show. Welcome back. 30. We hit 30. Oh, my bicep looked really good there. Look at that. Sorry. Have you smoked others that you're keeping secret? Yes. I actually cannot talk about those cigars. So yes, I have smoked them. And I cannot tell you where they are on my list or not. But just know I've smoked them. Now,
do I know about this?
I no. It will make sense to you when we talk about it after the show.
Okay.
Now, one cigar that I just put a press release out on that I'm excited to smoke. We actually got in the mail, and it is this new San Andreas Pastani. I am super, super, super looking forward to smoking this cigar. Pastani has made my list 2 years in a row now. The Wotek Warbear made my list 2 years ago, and the Connecticut made my list last year. So the San Andreas, I'm hoping. I did not like the Catastrophic Failure. We got that last year. Not a fan of it. Now, I need to smoke more of them to really have an informed opinion about it. So I can't say the Catastrophic Failure is just not in my wheelhouse because I only smoked one of them last year. So hopefully I'll be able to smoke more this year and have the ability to, think a little higher on it. But because I smoked it last year and did not consider it in my top 20, I cannot consider it for this year unless the Vitola changes. But no, I am looking forward to smoking that cigar. Chevet Report's actually been putting out a lot of articles here recently. Actually gonna walk over there now and talk about some of the articles that have come up before we jump into the bread and butter of the show. So the latest that I launched today is I hope I'm not butchering her name at all. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come over to the stream here, and I'm going to share. I'm going to present my screen so you guys can see this at the same exact time as I'm reading it. Let's see. Did that pop up? There we go. Edka Quinones has joined Dunbarton Tobacco in trust. On February 1st, Edka Quinones has joined Dunbarton Tobacco in trust as their first ever in-house sales representative. She will be working with their purveyors in the state of Florida. Gary Brooks was funny. He was like, look, the only reason he went and did that for Florida is because he's tired of Abe calling him. And I'm sure that probably has a little bit to do with it because of how much Abe moves through with 2 SACA events a year, the Great Smoke, and just being a very large, retailer of cigars. Edka was born in Puerto Rico and raised in the Bronx and is bilingual. She was first introduced to cigars by her grandfather and father, who were 2 men that loved to discuss their cigars as they were smoking. She herself stated enjoying cigars in 1992, a year after I was born. After serving 20 years in the U.S. Coast Guard, she was forced to retire due to an injury. However, there was no question that she wanted to get involved full-time in the cigar industry to share her love, passion, cigar knowledge with others. Edka began working at Executive Cigars in Sanford, Florida location as a tobacconist and eventually their cigar manager. Then in late 2022, she joined Cigar Hustler in Deltona, Florida as a sales associate, where she remained until January 2025. Simultaneously, she was also part of the sales for the Xander Gregg representative variety of brands that distribute. Oh, look at there. Nice little ad. This is Edka here. This is from Steve Saka. Let me do my best Saka.
Most young companies in our industry focus on their sales.
I'm a tell. I'm a tell. I'm a
Very
tell.
early
We
on,
going to PCA
but
soon.
I have
I'm a
done the
tell.
exact opposite. Product has always been first, in my opinion. If you always strive to make the best, the market will reward you with success. Finding people to sell our puros has been far less important than having a person who truly loves cigars, can connect in the right way with our customers,
Oh, I'm a tell.
understands our unique ethos so that they can represent who we are as a family business. These types of people are far rarer than you would think. It took nearly 5 years for us to add David Lafferty as our VP of sales, and now nearly almost 5 years later, Edka will be joining us. We weren't actively looking, but by happenstance, I met her at an event, found her to be impressive in all the not your typical sales weenie ways. So it is great to be able to welcome her to the DTT family.
I'm a tell.
Sticker.
You sound like you should be going to go near, far, near.
Edka will assist Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Florida-based purveyors with their product allocation, supporting training and events. Contact information is being transmitted via the email to appropriate accounts. Currently, she is beginning the process of introducing herself to their purveyors in the territory and will be attending this year's PCA trade show. So that's really cool. It's really neat. And again, there is Miss Edka. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. Let's see.
I think it's actually pronounced Clarice.
Oh. Romeo y Julieta celebrates 150 years this year. They're releasing this 150-year cigar in 3 different Vitolas, and I tell you what, they are not cheap. But 150 years only comes around one time. You have the Balconet, which is a 54 by 6 at $27. The Prologue, the 50 by 5 at $25. The least expensive on the line, and the most expensive, the Crescendo, is a 50 by 7. So 150 years. That's really, really, rare.
It's impressive.
The Drunk Chicken unveils a new cigar called the Henchman, and they said that it's going to be one of their more robust cigars.
She's a hoot
to date. Pausani, again, I talked about this a little bit ago. The cigar that I'm really looking forward to getting down to smoke here soon. So that's the Pausani Mexican, or the San Andreas. Drew Estate introduces their Year of the Snake to the Asian market over at COH. And then you've got the new size of the Chillin' Moose 2. Actually, the Chillin' Moose 2 is one of my favorites of their Chillin' series. I actually really like it. And then one of the coolest things that I've seen this year is the new Punch bottle rocket. Did you see the pictures of this thing?
I have. You like the Chillin' Moose too?
I do.
I'm sorry. Chillin' Moose to me is a full-priced budget bundle cigar.
It is a budget bundle cigar, but I actually enjoyed it.
The price is so beyond the experience to me.
Probably the coolest packaging.
And I don't talk crap about
now I will say the old dude riding the rocket kind of looks a lot like the cigar that Boofy just released not too long ago, the Red Rocket. So I wonder if that'll end up causing any stirs of emotion here soon. And then the Fratello's launching cigars in a new fresh pack. So that's pretty much what's new on the website over there. Let's see. Got the NDAs. Yeah, NDAs. Missed the DTT, the Great Smoke 2025 special, all sold out now. Didn't know Saka was a special guest tonight. My boy, Photos to Puros, coming in hot with the compliments. I thought it was, other than like, actually, I think it's hilarious. Anytime Steve Saka does one of his videos and puts it on Facebook, it's always the same boomer-esque video. He's got the phone like right in his face, like this. And it's putting it like this, And he always says, "Steve Saka here from Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust." It's like, dog, we know who you are. Like, who doesn't know who you are? I always think it's funny. It's like he feels like he has to introduce himself. Jay Bates says Bob Cigar Guy snitches get stitches. That doesn't sound like Steve Cheese. I listen to Steve every day of the week and twice on Sunday. That voice I'd rather play on oncoming traffic.
Oh, so you see how Jay played both sides of the
Yeah,
fence on that?
That's Jay. You should have fallen off the boat.
Bash both, right?
That's what he does. I try to give the man a whole bunch of credit and smoke a cigar that he sent to me, and that's what he wants to do. All right, little fancy boy. We'll see. Fireborn says sales weenies. Thought Oscar Mayer had those. So the Chippendales. Michael Zakovic, Chiefs impersonation is way too happy for Saka. Everybody is putting out $25 cigars lately. I don't know, for a 150-year cigar, like I'm not sweating that price. I mean,
If it's good.
Well, obviously,
because sometimes people will put out an anniversary cigar and they just put great packaging on it and they put great banding on it, great story.
Though, like,
no, I don't disagree with you, but you know, it's got to be good.
Let's go back to the article. And I think it talked about the blend a little bit in the article. Maybe it doesn't. I'm looking. Nope. It does not talk about the blend in the article at all. I would imagine it's got some Dominican tobacco in it. It's going to be released at PCA. So maybe we'll have to stop by and check it out, and we'll let you guys know whether or not it's worth the money. Hunter Ott says he likes the Chillin' Moose too. All astronauts look the same. Right. But you know how people get with their trademark stuff and how touchy they get when it comes to, oh, that looks a lot like what I did. Gary's interested. Says Chillin' Moose is a good cigar. I like the Chillin' Moose too. I don't like the Chillin' Moose. You should pull some strings to Drew Estate and get the Underground 10 Flying Pigs in the States for us that want them more than Europe. Matt, I wish I had that kind of pull, brother. Right. I think, you know, I'm glad that Drew Estate does do an international release cigar, and you know, you can get it as an American. You just have to go through other channels to get it. I like that they have the ability, that Europe has their own thing, right?
No, we need them all. Everything.
I think it's fun. Jim Bates won trophies double dutching. Justin Hunter says Chillin' Moose is a great daily smoke. Chillin' Moose 2 is good, and I wouldn't call it great. I liked it, but it is it's not. I would not put the Chillin' Moose 2, or any other Moose brand cigars up against, you know, like last night sitting at Jamie's house, I had an Oliva V seconds that was fantastic, and it's like $2.75 a cigar or something like that. I can't remember what. I think it was. I can't remember if Jamie said it was $2.50 or $2.75 for a cigar, and it was a Gordo.
That's a lot of tobacco.
It's a great cigar. It's a second, so like it didn't meet the quality standards for.
Did you see any flaws in it?
No, I mean, I wasn't looking for it.
I wonder if they weighed them and it just didn't meet.
But it was a great cigar. I smoked it all the way down to the nub, and it's a Gordo at that. So, now, I titled tonight's show "Chiefs and Eagles." Nah, Chief and Bob the Cigar Guy. And then in the description, I put down there that if Bob the Cigar Guy and Chief had to put on football pads and do some Oklahoma drills, who do you think come out on top? And we know the answer. It's me.
All right, if I took two of these knives right here and we did some recon drills, who would bleed the most? Steven would be AKA Stuck Pig. So, yeah, I don't play football. I've never played football.
Oh, I have more blood to bleed. I'm way bigger than you are.
But, you know, all my training and exercises is causing the second person not to get up. And so I can't play with Steven like I used to play. I
have more blood to bleed. I'm bigger.
Oh, it'd be gone. It'd be 5 minutes is through, Bubba. But yes, you would best me at I don't even know what an Oklahoma drill is.
Oklahoma drill is
that the board drill where you lay on your back?
Board drill. Well, all right. Sometimes you lay on your back. Sometimes you just
the bull in the ring
at
thing?
each other. Not bull in the ring.
Now, see, I remember you doing. I remember watching you do that.
That
I
was
mean, you were awesome at doing that because I remember you were rocking some because you got up fast and you hit low and you just drove and I mean, and it came from a long time ahead because when you first started football, you didn't want to get hit because I didn't get you the right. What's that thing that goes under your pads?
Butterfly.
The butterfly. And you got a stinger the first time. You
Yeah.
didn't want to get hit. And so the coach, I was an assistant coach, the coach lined you up and had everybody hit you. And you stood out there and you were just crying and crying and crying. And I said, get up.
I hate that. Brian says that.
But you tough. You stuck it out.
I think we should do an airsoft MP5 at 7 foot. He says it. An upside down one at that. BTCG versus Chiefs sledding downhill. Who takes out the most kids? Dog, when we had our snow a couple weeks ago, my kids were trying to take me out. Tim Winters, I'll be 48 on Saturday. Happy early birthday. And with almost 18 years in the Army, my body hurts every day. I'm sure it does.
Happy birthday. Man, you could get a great birthday present delivered by the First Lady.
Yeah,
that's right. This Saturday, second Saturdays with the First Lady live giveaways. You got to be present to win, but you can have a chance to win, and you are going to get at least a dozen cigars, swag, and all sorts of stuff.
I'm not allowed to win.
And the First Lady is going to be talking about cigar lounge etiquette and culture. I'm really looking forward to seeing the information that she has because she looks at it from a different perspective.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what her take on cigar lounge etiquette and culture is too, because I think she's been in a cigar lounge twice.
No, she's been in many times, and she's also talking about barn smoker stuff. She's
she's got a little experience there. I mean, I understand like the premise of the show is kind of geared towards one, giving away stuff, right? That's kind of her persona on the channel is whenever she shows up, what can you give away? Sammy Flo, Jay Bates, Mac Burks, and they all want to know what are you going to give away?
Right.
And so we're leaning heavy into that, but it's definitely, going to be interesting to hear, what her takes are on cigar lounge etiquette. Because that would be like, it'd be like if Mom ran a horse YouTube channel and I was like, this is what you do in a horse barn.
No, that's fair. Well, if you had been in a horse barn.
Because even though I'm alive and participating in the chat, I'm not allowed to win. It would save on shipping. It would save on shipping.
That's true.
Let's see. Hopefully, Chief doesn't hate this weekend.
But it should be Saturday at noon. I was trying to go to the flea market Saturday, but I probably won't get to go because it's at noon. So I was going to bump it back to 1. But
happy belated birthday, Charles Edison. Adam Wolf, who doesn't show up to the streams anymore, also celebrated a birthday this week.
Wow, was that shots fired?
Well, I said it on the Discord.
I mean, you haven't talked about Enjoy It Bro for a while, and he doesn't show up anymore. You don't cast shade on him.
No, but Enjoy It Bro was only here for like 2 months.
No, it seemed like an eternity.
Nah. It was funny last week. You weren't here with us. I was talking about getting the new lens on the camera, and Michael Zakvik was like, "What do you mean? You got that lens and didn't have to shave your beard?"
Here's the thing. As soon as we started getting our sponsorships for the year, I started getting all these texts, pictures, and emails about all these lenses. And then when I said, okay, let's do a lens, the next thing I get is, okay, I need a lens, and now I need a battery pack. And to have a battery pack to run that lens, I have to have this little screen that goes on top. And that screen that goes on top, well, that I got to get that too. And then I need this, and then I need that. And it just turned into thousands. So Steven got all these great things. And what did I get? I got a cable. On sale, by the way. On sale cable.
It's on sale for 25% of its regular price.
It's $10.
And
this guy. So if you hear him whining, I don't ever get nothing, but cigar guy gets blah 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 blah.
I've never whined.
No, I said
that.
if and when, because you'll
also,
be like,
we need to recognize that Chief Talk does get sponsored, and so that means Chief Talk has a budget. I am Chief, so Chief has a budget. Right?
Bob the Cigar Guy gets sponsored too.
Right, and you have a budget because you be buying stuff.
I don't buy nothing.
Mr. Lose a Light.
One light, $100. Your lens has paid for everything I've gotten
Right,
for
so-
the channel for 5 years.
So this year at PCA,
And you got a $6,000 camera and
I-
another camera
whoa,
and 5 lenses
It's a $3,000 camera, and I bought that myself. By the way, that has no channel money.
and 5 lenses, 3 backpacks,
2 lenses,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
One
You've
book
got those
bag.
lights too.
one book bag. The lights that I own are my lights. I bought myself. By the way,
No,
so
you got
this
one
year,
of these lights
I have
right
one
here.
from the channel and one from that I bought myself. So this year for PCA, the reason that most of this stuff was bought was for our PCA coverage, and the ability. So the justification behind the lens is not that I can justify this to you guys, but just to get a little inside dialogue of what bought the cigar. And don't worry, we're not really bickering. We're just
No.
having fun.
Right.
Because he and I know that no matter what, it's not a Chief thing or a Bob thing. It's an us thing.
Yeah.
So
Because we won't spend all of Chief Talk sponsorship
Correct.
on Chief. I mean,
Correct.
it goes to
it's
we have
gonna go to
overhead.
bills and all the other things that we have to pay throughout the year.
Now,
That's why
Chief gets to fly to PCA.
we're going to talk about PCA.
I have to drive because we can't
Oh,
afford a
word.
second
Oh
ticket.
my goodness! Listen to this.
The
guy.
Chief has to have the
Listen to this
special
guy.
seat. I think he got a first class seat. I haven't looked
Listen
at the
to this
receipt
guy.
yet.
One of them's a window seat.
See?
From Dallas, New Orleans, because I want to see if I can see the Gulf of America.
See?
Be the first
See?
time I've ever seen the Gulf of America before. You know, I've seen the Gulf of Mexico, never seen the Gulf of America. Anyways, so this is the PCA rig for this year. You've not seen this in person yet.
I've not.
So you know, instead of it just being the camera and a lens this year for PCA, I'm actually running a monitor because the monitor, instead of me using this monitor here on the camera, I have a monitor up here that's a little bit bigger than my iPhone 13. And so this gives me a whole lot more ability to see what the camera sees. And then the lens, the main reason why we got the lens is because this is a variable zoom lens. It goes from 24 millimeters to 70 millimeters. So the normal lens that I've run on my camera for the past year is a 50 millimeter prime. So if I wanted to zoom into something, I actually had to move the camera or do it in post, which drops the quality. If I wanted to get close with the camera and I want to have more stuff inside of it, I can go back to the 24 millimeters instead of having to worry about.
And here's how
problem.
sneaky Chief is too. Because after he took the picture, or after he took a picture, he sent it to me, right? And he goes, "Well, now you can finally be happy. I have a big camera that looks like I'm professional."
Always said,
See, he is always trying to twist things for his benefit. He didn't ask me, "Bob, you need new shirts for PCA?" He didn't ask me, "Bob, you need new kicks for PCA?" "Bob, let's get you a new light. You need some new lights, Bob." What would you know? It's like, "Hey, I need cameras. I need thises. I need thatses. I need a Pelican case suitcase for $500.
I actually found one for $300, by the way. Anyways, and we agreed not to buy that. Anyways, going back to the camera size thing. So when we bought the first camera, the Sony A7 II, he was like, "We spent $1,200, $1,300 on that camera, and that's as big as it is." I was thinking we were going to get some big meaty thing that looked like a camera. And so when I bought the A7 IV myself last year, it's a bigger camera than the A7 II, but it's still not like a humongous camera. And then having the 50 millimeter macro lens on it, it only makes the camera so big. And so he even said, "Oh man, this camera still doesn't look super big." Well, now I've got a variable zoom lens on there. I've got a big battery on the back of it, and I've got a monitor that sits on the top of it. So now it's finally, and that was the joke, was finally, and now have a camera that you can sit there and say, "Wow, he's got a big old camera."
Sammy, Chief, I think, is dining at all 5-star Michelin restaurants. I'm actually got to pack a box of ramen because I can't.
We don't have the budget for a name brand. You're going to have to get one of the knockoff brands.
Diva Delightful over there. I tell you what, I just, I grind, I pull the plow, and, I make things happen, and I don't even get good oats. I get the ones stepped on by the cows. That's just bad.
Nice. Anthony Janis is going to be at PCA. Awesome. Who are you going with? Supreme Tobacco says Supreme Tobacco says you have a nice
Karen Berger.
Nice cable.
DA Exotics, welcome into the show. I know it's been like 15 minutes since it's only been 5 minutes. Welcome into the show. Glad to have you here. Jeremy Smith says, "What's up?
What's up, yo?"
Dan Burns, I'm drinking Shine tonight and smoking a cigar with my friends on Chief Talk tonight.
Boom.
That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome.
Now let's see. First class. Whoa, Chief gets new gear and is moving up the world. Jay Bates, go sit on a broomstick.
Jay, it's the truth. The struggle is
Tobacco
real.
Cinema Chief. That's right. And then Chief will have to borrow Bob's cable and upload the cable. That's a USB to USB cable.
He's got all brand new cables. I think they're gold lined, platinum tipped.
No, I did buy 3 cables for it, and they're curly. They're stretchy. So, new segment, Chief Tech Talk. I would love to. Look, I would love for Sony or Sigma or any of the companies that I'm using, small rig, because I've got more small rig anything. Because my battery's small rig, my cage is small rig, the cables, or no, the battery plate is small rig. I'd love to be doing Chief Tech Talk every single week. I would love it. Will we be able to eat out there? Yeah, he'll be just fine. Bling Shine and smoking can get he's drank too much Shine already. Put it down, Dan. Put it down. Take it away, Diana.
Just don't drive.
BTCG needs a new microphone for his PCA interviews. No, we take these microphones. He gets wired up.
I'm looking at embroidered Bob the Cigar Guy hats. I haven't told Chief about that yet, but I'm kind of.
And that's the thing, is whenever I want to do something with the channel budget, I have to get it approved through Congress. I gotta have Daddy Trump sign up for me.
That's the truth.
If he wants to buy something, he just tells me a week later, "Oh, by the way, I bought this stuff. Just wanted to let you know. I didn't want you to feel like I was leaving you out or anything." Oh, thanks for letting me know there.
Yeah, when he complains, I say, just get your camera out and take a picture of it there with your super lens, right?
It is a really cool lens, by the way.
I'm looking forward to see what Steven can do, because in all honesty, the lens he has kind of sort of does the same thing for what we do, but it's going to give him a lot. It's like having Walmart tools and Snap-on tools. It's really hard to be creative and do great things with hard-working tools. And so it is my goal to make sure that he has as good of equipment as possible, so he has the least amount of excuses available.
I'm really looking forward to PCA this year.
And he's going to do a great job. I'm excited about it. He's going to go take a calendar shoot for Sarah's
I don't know if
stables.
it's a calendar shoot, yeah.
And so he's going to go do.
They got to pay me for that.
No, he agreed he would do that for his mama. So he's going to go.
I agreed I'd take pictures and content of Mom while she's at the barn. I'm not. If they want stable stuff, money.
Which goes to the channel since
says,
that's
okay,
the channel's
so I'm on
camera.
my Too Glad 4 fingers of Shine. I'm good. Hard day of work, needed the stress release. Dan Burns,
don't play with them pocket knives while you're doing that.
Take it easy, brother. We here for you. Kick back, sit back, relax a little bit. Be Castro, Jimmy Vaughn, and Jay Bass. Thanks for hitting the love button over on Facebook. Dan Burns, thanks for hitting the like button over on Facebook. Jay Bass with the Diva Delightful. See who gets a phone call tonight. Actually,
that should be his new name at Barn Smokers, the Diva Delightful.
We have Diva Delightful and Senor Singapore. So, Anthony Janice is going with Kiki Momo cigars. Wife's not whole, so I'm unsupervised. Stogie Sister, hi all. I don't have enough bandwidth to stream the show, but I can say hello.
Hello.
Sammy Flo is enjoying himself. So, speaking, we're going to transition to talking about PCA a little bit.
This senator is amazing, by the way.
I'm glad to hear that. I knew that's what the verdict would be, but thank you for providing that sense of information for all of us to be able to be immersed in your time over there.
Smoking experience. The smoke is like velvet, cotton candy rolling off your tongue.
Chief Talk and Bob Smokes, which found me. But no, really excited about the new lens. I'm not going to go too much. I'm not going to nerd out on it too much, but one of the variable zoom is probably the most necessary thing for PCA. Last year we took the the variable zoom that came with the A7 II, just a regular kit lens. Kit lenses, they work great, but they're not
Entry
as
level.
high quality as you can get. But I took it last year, and I'm glad I did, because when we shot the interview with JC Newman, Leffen Lums, and Villiger Cigar at PCA last year, but we didn't have enough room for me to use the 50 millimeter prime, which it's a macro lens, but it's a prime, so it shoots way more crisp. It's a Sony G lens, so it's super high quality. But you have to, you can only be so close or so far away for the composition to be right. And unfortunately, with all three of those booths, we had to be super close. I had to be super close. The camera had to be super close with the subjects. And so I had to pull out that lens. So this year, this gives us the ability to get really close up to the guys. And also, one of the great things is it's going to do for me is using that 50 millimeter prime lens. I have to get far enough away. 2 videos last year had somebody walk in front of the camera. And so I really don't want to have to deal with that. And having a 24 millimeter camera or lens allows me to get much closer to the subjects where there's not enough room for somebody to walk in between me and the people who are interviewing on the camera.
You know what they need to make?
A big sign that says, "Hey, pay attention where the heck you're walking."
No, they need to make a suitcase that rolls, right?
Oh,
A carry-on. No, wait. I'm being serious. A rolling suitcase that where the handle comes up, it actually has a third bar, which you pull up and it's a tripod. And so you roll your case around, you slide that pole up, you put your camera on it, and you could sit or you could rest your stuff on the suitcase while you're doing it. So it's like a one and done. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
I would worry about the weight distribution.
Well, you keep your case full.
Yeah, I mean, but you'd have to have a heavy case, especially with something like this.
Well, it'd be full of gear. I mean, it wouldn't be empty.
I don't know. This year, I'm looking forward to this year.
But you can't carry suitcases in PCA. You're not allowed. It's called suitcasing. You can't suitcase because people want to give out samples and stuff, and they aren't vendors and stuff, so they don't allow suitcases on the floor.
I'm sure media gets some sort of pass with camera cases. Got to. I mean, you can take book bags.
Yeah, book bags, but you can't take the rolling cases.
Yeah. Let's see, Samuel. We can just entertain ourselves here. Bus swing arm. Anthony Janice, you drinking too? But no, definitely looking forward to that. It also has an aperture ring on the lens, which is really nice for more photography for me. But it's going to come in help. It's going to come in super handy with videography as well. And I'm looking forward. I've been running around with the camera, using the monitor a lot. I actually shot some photos the other day with the monitor. I really loved being able to use the monitor. The monitor's actually.
What do the DLBC guys think of it?
Oh, they're elated for me.
Are they?
Yeah. No, there's only a couple guys in the club who have, and this is still not a full cinema rig yet, but it's close. And I think Jawal is the only other person in the club who has something that is this elaborate. Elated, he said. Looking forward to your videos and coverage of PCA. I am super looking forward to it. So now I want to start talking about PCA. PCA is in 2 months. It's just over 2 months away, and it's going to be here before we know it.
Fast.
One of we've been. So this year for PCA, it'll be myself and Bob the Cigar Guy, obviously, and then my mom is going to tag along. And my mom and dad are actually going to drive down and back. And they were like, "You can fly." So I was like, "You better believe I'm flying, because I'm not sitting in the back of that stupid small BMW. That would be torture. That would be cruel and unusual punishment." But it's nice for you because you can bring a suitcase to put all of our stuff in from PCA.
Whoa. I'm not carrying your stuff.
Whatever.
No.
You're carrying my tripod.
I'm not carrying your stuff.
You're carrying a lot of my stuff.
You pack it in, you pack it out, Bubba. No. You pack it in.
You're going to lose that. Anyways.
I'm going to bring you a broom stick.
I will be flying, but the thing is because of my child care situation. I'm going to fly in on that Thursday before PCA, but I'm not going to fly until my wife can be home with our youngest. And so you guys are actually going to get to New Orleans before me. And then on my flight out, I'm flying out late enough on Tuesday that I can, wake up at not 4 a.m. Right. And I can, get to the airport at a normal time and fly out and get back home before it's too late. Luckily this year it's about the only good thing about it being in New Orleans this year is it's only one time zone away. Bob and I were talking about this before the show, and I'm sure my opinion will probably change once I get to do the show in New Orleans. Because we've done the 2 shows that we've done have been in Vegas. This is the first time I've gone back to New Orleans in a very long time, from what I've heard.
Long time.
But New Orleans is like one of the strictest cities on smoking in the United States of America.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And you have the world's largest cigar show going on.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but when they weren't going to allow them to smoke in the convention center, and so the PCA guys went to them and said, hey, look, we bring X amount of people, which is going to generate you X amount of millions of dollars, and we have to be able to smoke.
Millions?
By the hotels, food, lodging, rental cars, yes.
I bet the amount of money
millions on millions. I forget. PCA put out this a while back, and I don't remember the numbers anymore. But they said that the Chamber of Commerce went to the representatives of New Orleans and said, "Look, we need to do something. And so PCA has a variant, and they've been allowed some safe spaces to smoke cigars, and they have a couple places. But we've been looking at Airbnbs, and very, very few Airbnbs allow you to smoke at all, inside, outside. Some places in New Orleans, you can't even smoke outside.
Right. Well, none of the Airbnbs let you smoke inside.
Right.
All the Airbnbs or Verbos are allowed. Some of them allow you to smoke outside. But the biggest thing for that for us is we do the PCA After Dark. Well, Bob the Cigar Guy does the PCA After Dark shows. And he would prefer to smoke during those shows if possible. Because it's a live show. It's about PCA. Love to smoke some cigars. Get a PCA, the cigars you bring down, whatever it be. Before we go any farther, Ronald Smith just celebrated his 65th birthday with some acts. So happy birthday.
Good pictures. Did you see the pictures he posted?
I haven't been on Facebook much.
Good pictures. And Semi-Flow, yes. Drew Estate.
But so to finish, before we get into the content with PCA and some of my ideas of doing the show this year, or doing the content for the channel this year, because I want to change it up just a little bit this year. Well, I want to add some stuff to it. But I will say PCA in New Orleans is more expensive than PCA in Las Vegas.
You would not expect that, would you?
I would have expected, going to a southern town, in the Southeast USA was going to be like a budget saver. Like, it saves in flights for sure. Our flight, even if we were taking 2 planes this year, if he was flying and I was flying, it would have still been way cheaper than so we've saved money there, in that respect. But lodging is so expensive. Now food's probably gonna be cheaper. Vegas food is so expensive, other than unless you're eating, fast food. But
now I'm gonna get me some gas station boudin. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna eat the boudin until it comes out my ears.
I don't know. I mean, you can. Why don't you wait until after PCA to do that? Because I don't need you ducking out on. Now this year, one of the things that's great is last year we really enjoyed going a day early. Being there on Thursday, even if no matter what time it was on Thursday, being able to go to sleep and then wake up in that time zone and then have enough time to get to the convention center and check in and register and then do all the classes and whatnot was a huge difference.
Even though you didn't go to any of the classes.
Scheduling and Bob the Cigar Guy taking multiple cruises last year, didn't have the vacation time to be able to stay that last day of PCA. Because last year was the first year that they had canceled the half day on Tuesday. But we ended up flying out on Monday morning, so we didn't even do the show at all on Monday. So we only got 2 full days of the show. This year, we're going a day early, and I'm flying out the day after the show. So we're going to have 3 days of content. I still haven't figured out how exactly we're going to do everything yet.
So we're gonna do 75
No.
videos this year.
I don't think no way. You can only do 10 interviews a day.
All right, so 30.
Or no, I don't even know if you can do 10 interviews a day. I think it's 8 that you can do in a day. It might be 10. I can't remember.
We're gonna do them all. And we're gonna get Nick Melillo this year.
But one of the things that I want to make sure we do is I want to double back to some companies that we did year one that we did not do last year. Gurkha being one, Foundation Cigars being one, Quality Importers being one. And then this year, I also want to get some new companies that we haven't done before, but bigger companies. I would love to do Oliva. I'd love to do Plasencia. I would love to do Arturo Fuente. I think that would be really cool. I would also I don't think this will happen. I would love to do Esti DuPont.
Did you see Fuente's new factory? It's gorgeous. It's huge, but it's in Nicaragua.
The one with Jason Newman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
There are some, Anthony Janis, there are some after shows.
There's 2 at least.
Right. But here's the thing. We are doing 3 streams because they're sponsored by Villiger Cigar. And we don't want to, one, go to some after party and take up space and possibly ruin some of the environment. We also don't want to go to those places and say, oh, yeah, it's okay. And then you can't hear anything but copyrighted music the whole entire time and people bumping into you and you just can't get the show off. We want to give you guys a great show. We want to give Villiger a show that's worth their money, that they've paid to sponsor the show. So, we're trying we're pulling out all the stops when it comes to lodging. So it looks like we're probably going to go the Airbnb, the Verbo route. If you own a house in New Orleans and you don't care if people are smoking in the backyard, let us know. We'll pay you some money. The Gurkha Centurion Double Ficurado, not bad. Very nice aged couple of years. We got to sit down with Steve Cook a couple of years ago at PCA, our first PCA show. And that was a great, they had the Year of the Dragon. That they had released at the show. There were a bunch of. They had the new Gurkha Ghost Connecticut, and then there were a couple of cigars, and it was one of the greatest booths at the show. And
huge
because we have a great personal relationship with Cookie, he just let me walk around the whole entire booth and told people to move out of my way so I could get videos. So I'm looking forward to that. Now with the content, I am looking to. We're going to do our normal interviews, but I also, because I booked these guys out for 30 to 45 minutes in the hour time slots that I book, I want to get as much content out of them as I can. Sometimes interviews, and we've done this the past 2 years, sometimes interviews only last like 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're
at
quick.
That. Because it's a boutique company or they're only releasing one thing. That it's like, how can you continue to talk about things after things and whatnot? Like, this is going to be our 3rd year with Saka. I hope that we get the interview with Saka. I'm going to pester him until he gives me the interview time. I always do. But this year I'm excited that, he's going to talk about the new Chris Duque Year of the Cigar. And if we're going to talk about that or not, you just need to let me know. We'll talk about that, and I actually put that on the screen. But, I'm just looking forward to that. Obviously, we're not just going to continue to talk to Steve Saka about the same questions that we do every year. But, Saka always gives us one of our longer interviews.
Yeah, he's an hour
Aventura, or not Aventura. Aganorsa Leaf is always, we've done them the last 2 years. And they've given us, great interviews as well. So now that we have a closer connection with Terrence, maybe we can get 2 interviews out of them. Maybe we can do an interview with Terrence and, some goofy video with Fabian. So I want to get some extra content this year out of either the reps or the owners of these companies, but I also want to do some videos that the Republic of Debauchery did last year. Now, Law Room is no longer with the Republic of Debauchery, so I don't think the Republic of Debauchery is going to PCA this year, so I don't feel bad stealing his content ideas from last year.
Well, we'll ask him before we do.
I can.
That's just kind.
But I'm sure, knowing Law and how much he wants to see us succeed, he's going to be like, yeah, go ahead and do it. But
hopefully we'll get a review with him.
No, yeah, if he's going to be at PCA, and
Jack Heyer.
He's already talked to me about getting some time to talk about stuff at the show. So, but I want to do some videos at PCA this year because they do so well, and he's not the only one who does it. they do it the best.
They do. They're
did it the
amazing.
best. But like top 10 things we saw at the show, top 5 most expensive things at the show, most budget friendly things at the show. What were the worst things we saw at the show? Videos like that. So maybe we do something like, the first 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, nothing but interviews, and then maybe some gotcha moments and whatnot while we're there. But then on Monday, maybe schedule a couple interviews, and the rest of the time, since that'll be our 3rd day at the show, we've seen the trade floor, we know where everything's at. And then we just go around, we start saying, hey, we're going to come to the booth, and thanks for having us over on Saturday. We'd love to talk about this on a separate video. Can you, give us some time to look at it, or open up the case and let us hold it, or whatever it be.
And it's a much more laid back day.
Right.
They've already read their paper. They've already got all their contracts. Most people don't stay that last day, so the floors are open now. Some manufacturers go home early that last day, or most of their
I think
main people go home early.
I think now what I heard last year was that Monday was a subdued day, but it was still, everybody was there. The half day was really the reason they stopped the half day was because the amount of purveyors coming was lower, and the amount of people who were already tearing down their booths was like, it's just not really worth it. So, excuse me. Definitely looking forward to trying to get as much content as possible. I say that now because, and this is like no digger slide at Bob Cigar Guy here. Once the PCA content is recorded, it is now all on me to get that stuff out. Every day I've got to take all of my PCA footage and I've got to dump it to a hard drive.
But you did a great job last year in getting them out on a timely fashion. The first year was kind of a learning experience, and last year you got stuff cranked out pretty dang fast. I actually had to say, okay, I still need to put out Drew's Day. I still need to put out my Sundays. And so you kind of left those days alone. But every other day, I think you filled with content pretty much until you were done.
Right. And this year, I don't know if I'm going to do a video every day. I know that's exciting for some people. I think it's also overwhelming for some people. Oh, there's another video. But some people come back for it, right? Depending on what videos I get made, maybe the first video I put out isn't an interview video. It's this was the best things about PCA we saw. I don't know, because if I put out all of the interviews, when I go to release the videos that are the best things at PCA, you're already going to have seen those things. And so that video is not going to attract you as much. Now, those videos do a really good job at attracting people who aren't already subscribers, to the show.
Right.
And those videos don't require you to interview anybody. You walk up to the booth and say, hey, we're Bob the Cigar Guy Media. We'd love to just walk around your booth. Can you tell us some stuff that you have here? And then, you don't have to be on camera. We're just going to talk about it. And then that just gives us extra content. Maybe I lace that content inside of, I lace that content in between interviews, just to kind of give a breaker. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen. I probably won't know until the show's over, honestly.
And you know what you got.
Once I get back home on Tuesday, I'm probably going to take off Wednesday and then start working on. I'll do Chief Talk on that Thursday. The verse video might drop that Friday, or I might wait till the following Monday to drop videos. I don't know. It's just going to really depend on what my motivation feels like at that point in time. Let's see. Dan Burns, oh yeah, cigar time outside and smoking. Oh man, does this feel good. Can't tell how much this was needed. Dan Burns, I am excited
that you took a break.
That you have a chance to get out and smoke something.
Absolutely.
And enjoy that time. Best thing would be me. Hey, we'll see. Maybe you get featured on the video. Mike Strasberg, are you doing the Great Smoke this year? No, Mike, we're not. Excited to see all the stuff that comes out of that. I'm excited to see the Tour de Liga.
We could have done the Great Smoke, except we spent the money that we would have spent on that on buying lenses and.
Yeah, blame me. Yeah, all cheese fault. You need to go to Florida. Get my lenses and cameras.
First, you cast shade on Steve Sock, and now you're snubbing Abe. I'm telling you what.
Whatever.
Telling you what.
But no, I while I'm not looking forward to the logistics of booking a rental property and how much it costs in New Orleans and all the stuff that goes. Parking seems to be like the worst thing in the world in New Orleans as well. And it doesn't help that we're taking 2 vehicles. Because while my mom is coming to New Orleans with us, she's not participating in any of the PCA stuff. We
you don't know that she got Brittany Acord, Brittany and Travis, they reached out to Sarah talking about trying to get together, and she kind of said maybe we can all get together and have dinner or something. I don't know if you and I will have that opportunity, but your mom will, and that'll be great.
They don't live in New Orleans; they live up towards Baton Rouge.
I'd love to see Brittany and Travis again.
Yeah,
awesome people, phenomenal people. They put the power in the shop.
Yeah, the reason we have
they came down
and internet and anything in here is because of Travis Acord.
They wouldn't take any money. They brought all their own stuff. He taught Stephen the fast way of putting outlets in power boxes. It was really neat. I was feeling under the weather, so I didn't help much. But he wouldn't take any money. We just put him up in a nice hotel and gave him a gift basket and great people, salted the earth people.
Yeah, it'd be really, really cool if we can work out something to hang out with them as well. I'm really looking forward. One of my favorite things at PCA is getting to hang out with my boys. So I know that I'm going to have I know a confirmed amount of people who are going to be going. There are some others that I'm hoping stars align just right for it to happen. Honestly, if we had found more sponsors this year, I would say, look, let's bring somebody on with us so they can help us with content and, let them be free a little bit. So I don't know. Y'all pray for some sponsors to get back to me in the next 2 months.
I hope Mac Bergson's coming because he was my co-host. He was my co-host last year, and it will not be the same if Mackie's not in there with me.
I need Mac Bergson there. I haven't seen Mac.
I miss Mac Bergson something fierce.
Year.
Love that guy.
Ronald Smith says Tour de Liga about to be jumping. We got the Tour de Liga coming up. We have the Freestyle Live show coming up. It was brought up last week whether or not Freestyle Live was actually going to be live or not this go round. And after seeing some people who work at Drew Estate traveling this week, I don't think Tour de Liga is going to be live. I don't think Freestyle Live is going to be live. I think it is going to be pre-recorded and edited. I don't have 100% confirmation on that, but I feel like with my keen eye of snooping on people that it's not live. So I'm sure it's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it. It's on Wednesday. So I think it's next Wednesday, actually.
I think you're right.
So, but no, you've got 2 cool things coming out from Drew Estate. I'm excited to see all the stuff that comes out of the Tour de Liga. I know that Charles Adamson, you're going. The Road Dogs, they're going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't say 100% because I don't have that information, but
it'll still be live and popping.
Let's see. Ron Maggio, Chad Carpentier. Thank you for hitting the like button over on Facebook. And for the 26 people who are still watching over on YouTube, thank you so much for being over there. But hopefully you've hit the like button, smash the like button, as Matt Scaife used to say. And if you're on Facebook, hope you've shared this live to your Facebook groups. Now, Bob Cigar, are you done with your signature over there?
I am. I smoked it down to my fingers burn. That joker was delicious, delightful, and lovely. I don't want to smoke anything else right now because the flavors hanging on my mouth is just fantastic. Now,
I am excited. Once the show is done tonight, I am actually recording a review of an item that will be dropping here soon on the channel within the next week. Contractually, I have to drop it within 7 days. So I'm excited to shoot that tonight once the show is over. I'll tell you what, this Medio Siglo Hoyda Nicaragua Classico, that's a pretty dang good cigar. Got a little bite here in the last third. Really enjoying that. Everybody else who's smoking, how are your smokes going? Have you transitioned over to anything? Like, Bob Cigar, are you going to smoke something else? Or?
No, I think I'm going to chill. It's already 9:30, so
that's nice. When it comes to PCA this year, Bob Cigar Guy, I feel like I've talked a lot about what I'm looking forward to. Is there anything that's maybe not expected that you're looking forward to, or is there something about Actually, let's go this way. We're going to be in New Orleans for the first time since 2019. It'll be my second time ever in New Orleans, probably your second time ever in New Orleans, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
What are you looking forward to in New Orleans that's not PCA?
Boudin.
Boudin.
Boudin. I will get to once we're done with PCA. Me and the first lady are going to spend a couple days, probably in New Orleans, and then we're just going to kind of travel back and just have that wanderlust. We're just going to go and see what we see, which I'm really looking forward to spending that time with the first lady doing that. There's also a possibility that I will be getting to do an experience dealing with tobacco in New Orleans, well, in Louisiana, and actually get to work the process that very, 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 very few people will be able to have that experience. And I will be able to number one, I just want the experience myself, but number two, I will be able to share that experience with others and have a deeper passion about that process. I won't talk about it yet because I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I am really, really hoping and looking forward to spending a couple days doing that. That's really, really top on my list of things. I'm wanting to see the experience of PCA in New Orleans. They've said they like doing it in New Orleans as well, because being in Vegas, some people on the East Coast don't go all the way to Vegas because it's just far away. Being Louisiana, you're closer to Florida, where there's tons and tons of cigar stuff going on there. And then you've got everybody from the East Coast that might have traveled there and get a different experience. So,
Did the microphones get out? They shouldn't have. They're both powered and they're still connected to the
it's still on.
the transmitter. So it should be working now. I think you're just. Is your microphone connected to the thing?
No, I'm good. I'm gravy.
I don't know. Hopefully you guys can still hear us. Nothing on my end has changed.
I'll be happy when the logistics are done. I'll be happy when everything is dialed in.
Honestly, the hardest part for me is the booking of flights and booking of lodging. This year, the lodging is the hardest it's been so far. Year one, lodging and the convention were all in the same building. It was at the Venetian Palazzo. The convention hall and the hotel were connected, so that was really nice. Last year, they went to the Las Vegas Convention Center, and our hotel was just across the street, and it was
we could walk over there. I actually did walk over a couple times.
We walked over 2 times.
Yeah.
This year, there is a hotel that's connected. I don't know if it's connected to the convention center or if it's near the convention center, but it's like super expensive.
Crazy expensive.
And even with the PCA block price, it was super expensive.
This is our first Airbnb to do this too. So
right, this will be my first Airbnb ever. I don't like Airbnb. The idea of it, I feel like it's a little creepy. But again, you can get just as creeped out in a hotel as you can in an Airbnb. So if they make any money off of me in the bathroom, I hope they give me a dividend off of it. Anyways, one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is the post PCA time, and maybe being able to, depending, I don't know where we're going to stay. I don't know if it's, I know that we were talking about possibly being near the French Quarter, but I would love to be able to find some of the cool architecture that's around New Orleans, and, run around with the camera on, chief side quests, getting some pictures of the artwork and all that kind of stuff, and just the life that's going on. And
you won't be going in and out.
No in and outs. I am looking forward to Boudin. I don't eat seafood, so I'm kind of screwed in the crawfish department, because I do believe like March and April
it's season.
It's in season.
Yeah.
The only time we've been to New Orleans, and the surrounding area, it was in October, late October, 2019, and they were way out of season. And so they had been frozen crawfish. And so people said that this isn't as good as it can be. So I won't be eating. I might try a crawfish just so I can say I've had an in-season crawfish in New Orleans. I know I'm not going to like it. But I know I like me some boudin. But I'm also looking forward to seeing we need some jambalaya or some other stuff.
Red beans and rice.
Seafood
dirty rice.
It. There's plenty of that stuff down there. So I am looking forward to
shrimp
that.
po' boys. Oh, my gosh.
That's shrimp. I don't eat shrimp. Airbnb, I'm told, are great, but it all depends on where you're at. I can't believe that most of the cigar smokers are on the East Coast, but we still smoke on the West Coast too. The population density on the East Coast is so much more than the West Coast. Yeah, you have big cities on the West Coast like LA and San Francisco and
Seattle.
Up in Oregon and in Washington and whatnot. There's a lot of people, but the population density on the East Coast is tremendously higher. But for most of the country's history, it's been on the East Coast, right? The West Coast is, not as old, so to say, as the East Coast is, right, with 13 colonies and hundreds of years of all of that going on, and then 249 years of America. So it makes a lot of sense, but it'll be interesting to see the makeup of PCA. If it, I am curious to see if it does function much differently than PCA in Vegas for the last 2 years, because our only experience with PCA has been Las Vegas. So it'll be interesting to see your camera frozen.
Oh, no, it keeps freezing.
I think it's because you're trying to export your video on your computer. So crawdads on the West Coast. Yeah. Well, crawdads, crayfish, mud bugs. There's a whole bunch of different ways to call it. But no, I am looking forward to that. But I think hanging out with the boys, and then maybe getting to run around and take some photos or go to some restaurants that are in downtown, getting some beignets. Woohoo! Beignets.
Yeah, man. Your mom will be over there and getting that at Cafe Du Monde.
Cafe Beignet and Cafe Du Monde. I liked Cafe Beignet more than I liked Cafe Du Monde.
I wasn't impressed with either one of them. The Cafe Du Monde, yeah, it was cool vibe and everything, even though the wall was there where you couldn't see the river. And
no, that's Cafe. Yeah,
that was Cafe Du Monde. But there were seagulls walking all between the tables. There was seagull poop on everything. I didn't like it.
The thing that was silly to me about Cafe Du Monde is you wait in a line, and then as soon as people get up from their table, you just go sit down at their table. Even if there's stuff on the table, somebody will come and clean the table off once you get to it.
It was so touristy.
Cafe Beignet was not that way. Cafe Beignet was mostly indoors. A little seating area outside was really private, and it was right up against the police station.
Yeah, next to the police station.
That was really cool. I liked that. The flavor difference between Cafe Beignet and Cafe Du Monde was unrecognizable.
I like the beignet, but it's just not. It's not my. Your mama loves it because she's been there when she was a kid, and she's got that nostalgia. It was good, but I'll double down on boudin over beignet every day. But I guarantee we'll have some beignets while we're there.
No, I am looking forward to that, and the food experience and the after PCA experience, and hanging out and smoking with people and just chilling out and seeing people that we haven't seen in a while. Not even the Deadly Breakfast Club boys, but there's people that we have rubbed arms with in the barn smoker community, or just making friends online. And then we have the Drew Estate family, right? Speaking of which, let me come over here real fast and give a quick shout out to our show sponsors. Make sure that you guys know that Drew Estate and Quality Importers bring you Chief Talk every single week, making sure that you guys have the wonderful Thursday night show that we produce here in Travis West, South Carolina, to make sure that you can hang out with us and continue to smash records and have all sorts of fun. Again, thank you so much to Drew Estate and Cafe Du Monde, Drew Estate and Quality Importers, making sure that we have a show for you. But we have the Super Bowl coming up this weekend, if I am remembering correctly. I don't watch the NFL. I don't really care for professional football at all. But I do know that I vehemently do not like the Chiefs. Funny enough, being called that they're the Chiefs and my nickname is Chief. I do follow football enough to know that they do get a lot of benefits of the doubts from the zebras on the field. And it would be nice to see Saquon Barkley in his first year with the Eagles do what he could not do with the Giants. Sorry, Sammy Flo. I know that hurts a little bit for you.
Well, your team may, or whoever's watching, your team may or may not win this weekend, but you can be guaranteed to have a chance to win yourself this Saturday at 12 o'clock with the second Saturdays with the First Lady giveaway live. That's right. You need to be there. You need to watch it at 12 o'clock. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. We are going, not me, the First Lady is going to be talking about lounge etiquette, smoking etiquette, and smoking lifestyle in the lounges. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. And as always, First Lady is going to give things away. There's going to be at least $250 worth of stuff given away to one person who is going to have to be present to win, and you can win. Absolutely. No purchase necessary.
No purchase necessary.
You must be 21. And it must be in continental U.S. or you have to pay shipping.
12 o'clock Eastern?
12 o'clock South Carolina time. Yes, sir.
So Eastern. Because South Carolina is on the East Coast.
I said South Carolina time. Yes, sir. I answered both things.
So that would be,
I don't know.
What, 9 o'clock California time?
That's worth getting up for.
9 a.m. That's still plenty of time to have gotten up and slept in a little bit.
I mean, last month we gave away a ton of Saka stuff, Saka hats, 2 hats, Saka ashtray, the actual stone ashtray, and a dozen cigars. And the First Lady found one of the Bob Cigar Guy Chief lighters. She gave that away as well. So there was, that was huge, and we are not going to go small. We are going to be giving away great things to great people, and you can be that great person this Saturday at 12 o'clock Eastern time, or as I like to call it, South Kakalaka time.
Bob Cigar was threatened with his life by my mom before she left out of here earlier.
No. See, I promote Chief Talk. See, I don't get all the shine because nobody promotes Bob the Cigar Guy but Bob the Cigar Guy, being the humble host that I am on the Bob Cigar Guy channel. But many videos, if Chief watched them, he would know I promote Chief Talk often and regularly, including my podcast, which drops at 5 o'clock on Fridays. That's right. Podcast episode number 6 is going to be coming out. It's going to be hooting a great time. You're not going to win anything but a hooting and a hard time. It's going to be great. It's going to be, yes, it's going to be wonderful, because you're going to say that boy went hard in the paint. Well, in the smoke, because I don't play basketball. I think, is that a basketball reference? Hard in the paint? Yeah. Okay. So, but that's going to be at 5 o'clock, and you can watch it anytime you want to. But when you're driving, don't watch. Just listen to the soothing sounds of the dulcet tones of Bob the Cigar Guy. Don't do it, because you're valuable. We need you home safe.
If you're a real man, you do it. Let's see. We're right here at 9:40. We'll wrap up the show here in just a little bit. I do have a review that I got to do. Well, it's not really a review. It's a showcase kind of sort of thing. And it's going to take a lot of camera angles, so I do gotta shoot that. And I don't want to be shooting here until 12 o'clock midnight, South Carolina time. So
that's Eastern for all y'all people that ain't South
Carolina.
Everybody
who's educated. So no, we good. Covered a lot of bases tonight. We got we talked a lot about PCA coming up. Looking forward to PCA. And we talked about the new additions to the tech. I am thinking of reaching out to the guys in the Deadly Breakfast Club to see if anybody wants to come on as a guest on the show to talk about cigar media in the sense of like social media. And I've actually had some people reach out to me in the past on Instagram and Facebook who know that I do streams every week and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing a stream where maybe you get some of your guys together to talk about how they make content? And so I think, and everybody who smokes cigars for the most part, who's on social media, wants to take pictures of their cigars and show them to the buddies and, log on the Dojo app or other cigar pages like the Drew Estate app or just in the groups or on Discord or whatnot. And some people want to try to get the best out of their cigars. I know Bob Cigar Guy could really take a couple pointers from his cigar.
Wow. Look, out of focus is a style.
Thank you very much. It's called 60/60 Vision.
That'll work. It's called, I don't have a $20,000 camera rig. I have to use my phone. I'm just saying.
Boo-hoo. Cry. So I'm thinking about maybe having somebody on the show from the club. I'm going to reach out here soon to see if maybe we'll have
a show that's kind of dedicated to cigar social media and how to frame up shots, how to shoot things, whether you have a camera or a phone or whatever it be. Also, just get to know some of the main shooters that are out there, because a lot of the guys that I'm very blessed to be a part of friendship wise in the Deadly Breakfast Club shoot for big time companies. There's a lot of companies out there that are represented in the Deadly Breakfast Club, which is really cool that I can bring you a lens into how they go through, some of their shots and progressions and how they see things. Do I have a Discord? I do have a Discord. I will send you the link to Discord in Messenger if I remember to do it later. I don't want to send it on the show right now because I don't know if you'll be able to click it here on the show. But yes, we do. There is a Chief Talk Discord, and it's active daily. We got a lot of people smoking cigars all the time in there. And if there people aren't smoking cigars, they're quick to comment back. Michael Zakovec, Charles Adamson, you guys are two that I know currently on here that participate in the Chief Talk Discord often. I'm looking on here to see if there's anybody else that I see just right off the bat. But we also have a lot of people who are on the Chief Talk Discord who don't watch Chief Talk a lot. They're part of the YouTube channel. They watch YouTube stuff. Or people who have, gotten busy on Thursday nights and don't have the chance to watch Chief Talk. We get to keep up with each other over there. Like Adam Wolf, who doesn't show up to Chief Talk anymore. He's on Discord.
Shots fired.
So no. Looking forward to possibly, doing something like that. Glad to have you on the show this week, Bob Cigar Guy.
Thanks for not locking the door.
I figured we'd have you this week because I know you had today was your 7th day in a row. And you get
7 days.
You get off the next 5 days? 4 days.
Yeah.
So
Which I'm gonna be shooting video starting at 5:00 tomorrow morning.
Oh, what a terrible life to live. Come out here.
I don't have just one little live show I do every week.
Have your own heated and cooled place.
I do tons of content.
Refrigerated with drinks and humidors full of thousands.
I gotta pull the plow. I gotta.
Such a hard life.
I gotta grind so Chief can shine.
Such a hard life to live.
First world problems for sure.
So again, before we do sign off, again, our show sponsors USA Cigar Quality Importers. Thank you for supporting the show, making sure that we have the ability to do this every single week. Bob Cigar Guy put the camera back on us so now they can see you.
A jerk.
You're such
a jerk.
I didn't even look over at you.
You're such a jerk.
As soon as I go to this, he just kind of pretends like the screen's not working anymore.
I just did. I'm like,
I just popped it over.
Okay.
Glad
I wasn't picking my nose or something like, I wasn't all up in there or something.
That was funny. Next time I'll have to look over at you and make sure because I just went straight back to it.
Yeah, because once you do, you're done. You as soon as you click in that circle, you're done. And I'm starting to close my stuff down. And
I'm just glad that you remember that your mic is still connected to my microphone, so you don't just like start doing stuff over there, coughing and crying. So 2 days time, or tomorrow you've got the podcast drop in. 2 days you've got the giveaway show. So a lot to look forward to in the next few days. I've got a video that I'll be dropping here soon as well. And some Instagram content that's going to come out. Do keep up with ChevetteReport.com. We've had a few people today. I've had 6 people join the subscription list on ChevetteReport.com. So if you're not subscribed to ChevetteReport.com to get your email notifications of everything that gets posted over there, you can read them in your email. I actually changed it to where when the email comes through, you can actually see the whole article instead of just text. Somebody reached out to me and was like, "Hey, did you know that this is what it looks like?" And I was like, "No," because I was not subscribed to the Chevette Report email system because I write the articles, so I didn't need to send myself the article. But now I am subscribed to it, so that I can check and proof text all of the articles that are coming out on the email. So if you thought, "Oh man, these emails are just terrible to look at," they look a lot better now. So. That's the thing. We're always trying to grow and evolve and become a little bit better than we were yesterday. So again, you've got the podcast dropping tomorrow. You have the giveaway show on Saturday, and then I'll have a video that drops between now and next Thursday of a product review that I'm excited about.
Well, and also have a video on Sunday and a video on Tuesday.
You got your other content. Whatever. But I will see you all next week for sure. Next Thursday. I don't know if Bob Cigar Guy will want to tough it out with us or not. But if not, we'll run the show like usual. But thank you all for hanging out with us. We did get up to 34 tonight.
Boom.
So that's the highest show we've had so far this year on the Chief Talk. It was 32 with Terrence. No, I think it was 34 with Terrence. So we've tied our high. But that's 3 shows out of 7 this year, and all 7 shows have crushed the 20 number mark. So thank you all for hanging out with us yet again, and we will see you next week, baby. Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a 1-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go.